Out of the seemingly thousands of Bible translations that we have available in English, which translation is the best for me? In order to answer that question, I need to tell you that there are two general categories of Bible translations. The first are word-for-word translations. These are also called formally equivalent translations, like the NASB or the ESV, which are going to try to capture word for word the meaning of the scripture. The second category are called phrase for phrase translations or dynamically equivalent translations. These are translations such as the New Living Translation, NLT, which is going to try to capture the essence of a given verse rather than each individual word. To see how this plays out in reality, let's look at Psalm 23, verse 1. In the ESV, we read, "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want." In the NLT, which is a more dynamic translation, we read, "The Lord is my shepherd, I have all that I need." The differences between these translations are pretty small, but overall, the NLT is going to be a little bit easier to read. So if you're new to the faith or just want to read for leisure and not get into all the nitty-gritty things of the scripture, then the NLT or the NIV, perhaps, are great translations for you. I should also add that there are two translations that I would say you should probably avoid. The first is the Passion Translation, which has sketchy origins at best. And second, the New World Translation, which is a cultic translation by the Jehovah's Witnesses. If you want to check out legit translations, you can just go on BibleGateway.com and they've got dozens upon dozens of good, reliable translations for you to check out. Ultimately, which translation is the best for you is according to your own preferences and needs. If you're just reading the Bible devotionally, then any of these translations will work. But if you're preaching the Bible and teaching it very systematically, then probably the ESV or NASB is going to be one that you're going to want to roll with. Broadly speaking, no matter which way you go, you're gonna have a translation that is based upon the best copies of the original text of scripture that we have, and it's gonna edify your soul. For me, the first translation I ever read was the MEV translation, Modern English Version, which is actually a British translation and one that most Americans are not even gonna know about, but I read through it and it was awesome. And so whichever way you go, whatever your need is, whatever your reading ability is, know that the Spirit is going to move through the scripture to speak to your soul.